Hi, I'm Deborah Roth from the Wellness Universe and Spirited Living, and I am back again for this wonderful, fun for me, hope it is for you, year-long series at the Wellness Universe called What's Your JQ? Embracing Joy. JQ is Joy Intelligence. Embracing Joy as a core life skill. If you are watching this on the Wellness Universe, be sure to go to just roam around the site and just see what other fabulous courses and classes and all kinds of wonderful practitioners that you can connect with. And if you're a practitioner, it's a wonderful place to really get your work out there. If you are watching this on YouTube for the first time, be sure to get to the Wellness Universe. Just a wonderful spot, a wonderful collaboration of all kinds of tools and techniques and classes for mind, body, heart wellness. Speaking of which, our focus this month is on brain-heart coherence, joy, and mental health. And basically what we're going to be looking at is the science, and there is science, it's so cool there's science around this now, the science of aligning your heart and your mind for peak emotional and physical and mental well-being, and then from that to cultivate a joyful mindset. So let's look at that. I was introduced to this concept of heart-brain or brain-heart, either direction, coherence by HeartMath years ago when I first started coaching, probably like late 90s, early aughts. And even at that time, 25 years ago, they were doing groundbreaking work, and now they've just kept adding to it. And basically, what they found in their research is that the alignment and synchronization of the heart's rhythm with brain activity occurs all the time. It's a continual two-way communication. And neuroscience has shown that when you consciously activate your heart to connect with your brain or vice versa, it will produce lots of health benefits on every level, mentally, physically, emotionally, and I like to think spiritually. And basically because the brain influences our heart rate, if we're stressed, our heart rate's going to pick up. And if we see something scary, if our brain is registering something that's scary, it'll create stress. And likewise, though, the heart sends powerful signals to the brain that affect our perceptions and our decisions and our overall mental health. So when we experience uplifting emotions like joy, like love, like gratitude, the heart's rhythm becomes smooth, smooth and very ordered. If you looked at a map of it, which is the state called coherence. And in this coherent state, the heart, mind, and emotions can operate in harmony, which is, absolutely the best remedy for any kind of mental health, and ultimately promotes emotional balance, stability across the board. So we know, and you probably heard this as well, that positive feelings essentially tune the nervous system. And they, again, can show that with neuroscience, for calm and for focus. And that allows higher, once we're calmer, that allows higher brain functions to really come to the fore. We can make better decisions. We can self-regulate ourselves to optimize, our performance in the world, our creativity, our decision-making, all of that. So all of this clearly has a positive effect on our mental health. It reduces this brain-heart coherence. When we can achieve that, reduces stress hormone levels and increases alpha brain waves. And if you've meditated at all, you've heard about that those brain waves are the ones that are associated with relaxation, with calm, and even with creativity. So anytime that you want to write something, to be creative, to sing, you can get into this alpha wave state. And one of the ways to do that is to look at ways that we can align our brains with our hearts. and to build, and when we do that, and I thought this was pretty cool too, the more I was reading and understanding it, because I've had a surface knowledge over all these years, and now that I knew I was going to talk about it, I went even deeper, that not only does this help your system, your whole system, mind, body, heart, spirit, in the moment, it can relax you if you've been stressed out. It can also, over time, you're building new neural pathways with a very coherent, with a structured, dedicated practice of brain-heart coherence. So I'm going to share with you some ideas that you can very easily do. Obvious one, if you've been following me in this series, you know that the Chair of Joy is one, and I should have time to lead you with that before we close today. But the other that I would like to lead you through is a very simple, coherent breathing exercise that, again, you can do anytime, anywhere. You'll see that there's elements of it that if you've been practicing the Chair of Joy or have seen me talk about it, or if I've led you through it, you'll recognize elements from the Chair of Joy in this as well. And really any practice that focuses on mindful breathing, on positive emotions, and just focus in general, to really, focus on your breath, to bring up whatever those positive feelings are, is something that's going to help you create, to foster this idea of coherence, of brain-heart coherence. And you can do it, and as I said, when you do that in the moment, you're lowering your heart rate in the moment, you're easing tension, you're improving your mood, and then all of that, as you continue to strengthen those neural pathways, will just lead to a happier life, is the idea, a more joyful life. So let me lead you through. I keep these videos to, only about 10 minutes, usually not a whole lot more than that. So I hope I have time to lead you through a Chair of Joy as well. But if not, any of the other videos, I've got lots of stuff on my YouTube channel that talks about and leads you through the Chair of Joy. But I definitely wanted to share this coherent breathing exercise with you. So I'm going to invite you, just like we do with the Chair of Joy, to just sit comfortably, get yourself comfy, close your eyes, and then let's breathe together. See, here's the sit and the breathe just from Chair of Joy. Inhaling for 5 breaths and exhaling for 5 breaths. Inhaling to 5, exhaling to 5. Keep breathing slowly with those conscious inhales and exhales. And as you do, just place, you can't really see it, but place your hand or both hands on your heart. This is actually an exercise that I learned way back when I was first introduced 20-something years ago, they called it then freeze frame. I don't think it's called that now, but continuing, just feel your heartbeat, feel the rhythm of your heart, feel your heart warming up. Imagine it warming up with your hand placed there. And as you do that, now you can imagine that there's this steady rhythm that's connecting to your brain. And as you do that, remember something that brings you joy. Could be your kids, could be your grandkids, could be cooking, just something in general that brings you joy or instills a feeling of gratitude, of peace. And then in that heart-brain thread, bigger than a thread, channel that you created, send some of those. Imagine that they flow to your brain, those positive feelings, those positive emotions flow to your brain. And feel that connection, feel the sense of coherence, of balance that occurs when you allow that heart song, that joyful heart song, to move up to your mind, to your brain. And as you do, just imagine, just feel that calm and focus settling in. Now, if you do this, so take just one more breath, and we'll let it go. If you do this on a daily basis, this is how your heart and brain begin to align, your heart and mind. Creates kind of this inner balance that you can return to whenever you want. So, as I suspected, we don't have time for a chair of joy, but I think you will find that just this simple breathing that we've done, I lead it a little bit differently than I do the chair of joy. And if you want to experience that, just go to my YouTube channel or go back to any one of the videos in this series at the Wellness Universe. And in most of them, I'm able to take you through a full chair of joy. Sit, breathe, think, feel. Thanks so much for being with me this month as we've explored brain-heart coherence, joy, and mental health. Until next month, bye for now.